thing happening is...
Oh, I think these songs are actually alive.
Let's do this somewhere else. Anyway, the story so far. Mum's new boyfriend Roger's still stuck in our spare room with a slipped disc after the rollerblade double backflip over package into the garage door.
And Emily's in love with Jim, except she had this spot.
Which is something we're not going to talk about, or I'll empty last night's beef stew into your desk, all right?
Oh, well, let's not talk about it then.
And we're having to share the house with Roger's kids. Been amazingly laid back about everything because despite all her guff about taking things slowly, she was orbiting somewhere on the far side of the Love galaxy.
Funny face. Cuddle bunny.
Oh, yeah. And she probably wouldn't have cared if the house had burnt down or we'd been eaten by crocodiles.
What was that?
The house burning down and Joe and Emily being eaten by crocodiles, I think.
Oh, right.
It's madness. She's working 9-hour shifts 4 days a week.
Hi, you two. Joe, either get a plate or sit at the table.
Old ladies who've fallen on their knitting needles, removal men who drop pianos on their feet.
Joe, I told you.
And of course, Roger can't move, so she's having to feed him while trying to keep this place clean and tidy.
Joe, if you drop that...
And Felicity needs someone to take her to the stables twice a week to see her beloved Fluff.
Come on, then.
Thanks, Auntie Jane. And in the meantime, Roger's trying to run his building and decorating business while lying on a plank in the spare room.
OK, Tony, just relax and hang on to that chandelier. Yeah, I've rung Jim. He's coming round as fast as he can.
And then just to put the icing on the cake, David went and got his electric guitar from Roger's house. Oh, David!
Joe, I told you. Go and get the cloth out from under the sink.
And Mum, too much in love to notice she's become this whirling dervish housewife pack horse.
Any chance of someone helping me to the loo?
Yep, hang on, I'll be down in a minute.
So we're escaping to Dad's tomorrow. Peace, quiet, clean sofa, classical music, no electric guitar. Glorious. I wonder how he's doing. You went round to Dad's yesterday after school to get him to fix your computer game, didn't you?
Yeah.
Well?
Thanks, Dad. You're really useful.
Useful? That's what I am, isn't it? Useful dad who knows how to mend computer games and program the video. Not fun. Not a good laugh. Not brilliant. Useful. Well, you know what?
Die, die, die!
I'm tired of having nightmares and waking up where Roger's standing over me and saying...
No wonder Jane fell in love with me. Women don't go for wimps, they go for real men who sweat for a living with circular saws and cement mixers. Men with veiny biceps and check shirts and stubble you can strike matches on.
I'm tired of being a joke. I'm tired of watching everyone else have all that fun.
Right, on to level 2.
Time to stop listening to crusty old classical music. Time to start listening to funky modern music.
Through the door of no return.
Time to stop wearing beige V-neck sweaters.
Eat laser death, mutant scum.
And time to start living!
So how was he?
He was like, you know...
That's here.
Like Dad.
Well, that's a relief. At least there's one person in the family you can always rely on.
And Robbie and that stupid imaginary friend of his, they're running around playing shootouts with bananas. Yeah, I'm telling you, Nosh, it's like living in a psychiatric hospital. Well, what babe? Oh, no, she's not babe. No, that's Emily. She's Dad's girlfriend's kid. Oh, come off it. Of course she wanders around in her pyjamas, you dork. This is where she lives. Yeah, well, you know, you'd fancy a Yorkshire Terrier if he was wearing a bra. Oh.
Maybe Nosh is right. Maybe she is a babe. Maybe.
Who are you?
I'm you.
But...
Identity crisis. Oh, right. So she wanders around in her pyjamas and you can't tell whether she's a babe or not?
Yeah, but she's like my sister, OK? It is confusing.
Well, you've obviously got a few hormones missing. Hormones missing, hormones missing, hormones missing.
Look, Jim either fancies you or he doesn't, and you're not going to find out by sitting on the sofa. So forget staggering around the kitchen with a bucket over your head and do it. Oh, just ring him. David, have you seen the...
Ow! Hot!
Oh,
hot!
the phone! Oh, my hairdryer! No hairdryer, no phone, no boyfriend. If things get any worse, I shall step out the front door and be hit by a meteorite. Still, at least it wasn't all happening to me. That night, Robbie decided to be really grown up and drank 6 mugs of Mum's Continental Dark Roast coffee and had enough caffeine in his bloodstream to keep a rhino awake till Christmas. So he's putting the finishing touches to one of his model planes till about 5 a.m. when he finally conks out.
This is your captain speaking. As those in the window seats will have noticed, we have become attached to the head of a small boy.
He's definitely not on the map, John.
We apologize for the delay and hope you will accept our offer of complimentary drinks from the trolley while we sort out this technical problem.
Technical problem? We're stuffed, aren't we?
Totally.
Hey, that's Robbie's plane.
I really don't think it's going to catch on, you know.
Mayday, mayday! We have a fire in number 2 engine. Clear the runway.
What? I think you better go and have a look in the mirror.
Whoa, there goes my coffee.
We apologize for the turbulence and urge all passengers to remain calm.
He's seen us.
Adopt crash positions.
Let's see if we can...
I can cut it off. No! Hey, that's my plane. Give it back.
This is your fault.
Whoa!
Okay, I'm off in 6.5 minutes, and I'm locking the door behind me, so skates on, everybody.
I can't go to school like this.
Unfortunately, when Mum's late for work, she wouldn't notice a grenade going off, and besides, she's pretty much seen everything, so you have to be fed through a combine harvester to get a sick note.
Everyone's staring at me.
No, they're not.
Look at that Wally with a plane on his head. School's hell. This runway's really overgrown. Bandits at 6. Refueling.
Silence!
Yeah, well, Dad better be able to get it off.
What's that music?
Yo, kids!
Daddy, you all right?
Never felt better. Fancy a drink, anyone?
Something wrong with him, isn't there?
Here we go. Mangoes, apricots, and bananas.
Right. Yeah, cheers.
Dad, can you get this plane off my head?
Hey, let's do it. Okay, lights, scissors, anesthetic. Okay, I'm going in.
So, Dad, what's with the music and the clothes and...
This is the new me. I got tired of wallowing in self-pity and eating TV dinners for one, so I decided to take life by the horns and be modern, be fun, be groovy.
Groovy?
There!
Thanks, Dad. What have you done to my hair?
Just don't look in the mirror, OK?
So, despite the vast amount of hair which seems to be trailing from our undercarriage, we should be only about 7.5 hours late touching down in Parma, where there is a light southerly breeze and the temperature is a very pleasant 78 degrees.
Okay, you two, better get your glad rags on. We're off in 5 minutes.
Where to?
Bellstead Fun Park!
Are you sure this thing's safe?
Yee-haw!
Mango eggplant banana drink.
Isn't this great?
And Emily's too.
And tonight we're going to a gig at the Polaris Club and a workhouse starts placing this band, Killer Tomatoes. I said we go and support them. Just be moshing at the front. It's really great. Oh, sorry, Grandad. Hey, that's cool.
This is horrible.
I thought we start tomorrow by shooting something totally different and going for a good, wholesome walk. Up Wixley Hill. Ah, taste that fresh air. Come on, you two!
This is your fault. What do you mean my fault?
Roger helped me build a Saturn V rocket model. Roger made me a treehouse. Roger bought me some frogs for the pond in the garden. I might not be a mind reader, but I think Dad's competing.
At what?
With Roger. It's psychology. You wouldn't understand.
Go, Emily!
Cunning!
Ha! Feel that bracing wind.
I can't walk any further.
This is ridiculous.
Right, you better be heading back down again.
What for?
Football!
He doesn't even play football.
Okay, and again. Okay, Em, come on. On you like.
Kite flying.
Pancake breakfast at 7:30 in the morning.
Shopping to buy Dad an espresso machine.
Bike rides.
Frisbee in the park.
Tea at the new Wild West themed burger place.
School.
School, that was a nice place.
Swimming.
Rock climbing on the new wall at the sports centre.
By the end of it all, we were just totally...
Come on, wolf that down. We're taking a taxi to the airport and flying to Brasilia at 10:30, then on to Manaus. And paddling out through the piranha-infested waters of the Amazon to meet our native guide, who's going to take us trekking into the rainforest.
It's okay, it's a dream, isn't it?
What?
Look, nightmare bedroom.
Oh, yes. How extraordinary.
Maybe if I go back to sleep for about 10 years, I'll wake up and everything will be fine. Same parents, room to myself again, Joe at university. Unless, of course, David's socks have escaped and wiped out civilization, which is a lot more likely than having sane parents. Childhood, best time of my life. What a load of twaddle. Nearly there. Breakfast with Dad, Dave's school, and then Mum's.
David! Hiya! I'm glad you're back. We missed you. Well, David and Robbie didn't, but I did. Where's my plane?
Oh, remind me again why we were so glad to get back here.
Oh, hello, you two.
Hi, Mum.
Does anyone know
David
what's
took the batteries out for his cassette player.
Hang on.
Bingo!
There. Excuse the mess. It's been crazy the last few days.
But it's so hairy. Didn't you have a nice time at your dad's? And you've broken it.
Nice is perhaps the wrong word.
Oh, that's sad. Listen, Dibbo. Dad!
Oh, that's my T-shirt!
Just broken my plane! You're lucky I haven't taken a hammer and nailed the thing to the top of your head.
David, bin that and stick the T-shirt in the washing machine.
I've had everyone taking the mickey out of me non-stop for a whole day at school because you glued that stupid model to my hair.
So what was wrong at your dad's then?
I killed that kid.
He's lost it totally.
Lost it?
He's gone all...
It's probably just one of those post-split-up things.
Hey, whose is this?
Just something I got out of the library.
Cool.
You should count yourself lucky he hasn't gone to India to find himself like Roger's wife.
Hey, listen to this. A foot soldier deserted during the building of the castle. He was captured and bricked inside the hollow wall of the main staircase with no water, no food, and no light. For weeks, the guards heard him wailing and scratching with his bleeding fingernails against the stone.
And you're reading this for fun?
Do you think this place might be haunted?
This place was only built 6 years ago.
Yeah, but you know, there could have been like a castle here before then, couldn't there?
Jane, I opened the washing machine door, but it was full of water and it's gone all over the floor.
Saints preserve us.
Yeah.
I think Mum might be leaving the Lurv Galaxy.
What?
Nothing, don't worry, I'll sort it out.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Okay, say she is, like, attractive.
Have you seen my flashing bike lights anywhere?
I don't, like, have to fancy her.
They're in the thingamajig drawer. What are you up to?
So, she's a babe and you don't fancy her. I am starting to seriously worry about you.
Just don't worry if you hear Robbie screaming in the middle of the night, okay? Ball, shoulder pads, belt, torch.
Joe, what precisely are you up to?
Me and Toby, I'm going round to his house tomorrow night. We're going to play wall of football in the dark.
And the rubber horror mask?
For being in goal.
What are you doing?
Hey, Robbie, listen to this. This is a book Mum got from the library.
So we get the kitchen cleaned up eventually, but not before David's managed to fall over on the wet lino and land on Package's bowl.
Hold still.
And Joe was saying that the castle used to be here before they built this house.
It's not funny, okay?
And when it's late at night, you can hear this man wailing and scratching with his bleeding fingernails, trying to get out. Hi, everyone.
If you laugh, I'm gonna...
Still, this is a nasty little cut. I don't think you're going to die, though.
And Mum hasn't even got the plasters out before Felicity. Which wasn't so bad. I mean, even Felicity doesn't talk quite so much when she's unconscious. Except when she does come out, she gets loads of sympathy and my bed.
OK, Mr. I glued a plane to your head. Let's see how you like this.
Hey, Poco, wake up! There's a ghost, look!
I am the zombie undead. I have come for you!
Wow! Can you walk through walls and stuff?
Of course I can walk through walls. And I have come to take you to the underworld.
Brilliant! Do you sleep in a coffin?
No, that's vampires, you idiot. You have been chosen to join the ranks of the undead.
Is it going to be dark? I've got a torch. What do ghosts see? Do you have, like, ghost food? Or can you eat beef burgers and things? Hey, I wonder where Joe is. He'd really like this. Joe! There's a ghost in our room. I need to sleep. The next morning, the usual.
Me and Pogo, we saw a ghost last night.
You're drooling. I'm not drooling.
It wasn't a very frightening ghost, though.
Looks cute in her pyjamas, though. Just like, you know, an observation.
Then Mum comes in and says,
Got to go into work, I'm afraid. Everyone's gone down with some bug. You can make sure this lot are fed and watered and don't burn the house down.
Me?
Well, can you see any other halfway sensible human being in this room?
Hey, I'm meant to be going out with Lisa.
I'll have to owe you one. Sorry, I've got to rush.
Tell you what, we can do some cleaning up for Auntie Jane, and then we can make lunch together for everyone.
Look! Blood sandwich!
So little Miss Houseproud launches into a big clean-up operation, and I ring Lisa to tell her I can't go out for...
Emily?
Hang on a tick, what?
Can we make some lunch after we clean the kitchen?
Just get one of those shepherd's pie doodahs from the bottom of the freezer and stick it in the oven, OK?
OK.
Sorry about that. And I'm extra cheesed off because Tammy's finally chucked in the whole county gymnastics thing. Can someone in it? And she doesn't have to diet anymore. And they're all going to the Chocolate Ranch for a celebration pig out. I know.
Robbie!
I'm 15. I'm meant to be having fun. I tell you, I feel like a 40-year-old mother of 5 at the moment.
Hi, Jim.
Hi, Joe. How's it going?
Oh, it's Jim.
I'm just off to play football, and what with Roger's back still being dodgy, I was wondering whether we could borrow her to make up the side.
That's funny. She was in here a couple of minutes ago. I'm sure she's somewhere around. Hey, look! I've found the...
Go away.
I've found the phone, which I accidentally left in the cupboard.
Right.
Oh, hi, Toby.
So Felicity's taken the shepherd's pie out of the oven and we all sit down to eat.
What did you put in this?
I didn't put anything in it.
It's really nice. Best before April 1980.
That's before you were born.
Can I have yours then?
Stop!
Package!
The weird thing was that Robbie was fine. Package, on the other hand...
Help, he isn't moving.
Well, you shouldn't have given the pie to him.
Package! Package!
So Mum gets in from a tough 9 hours on the ward.
A day I've had.
Expecting to kick her shoes off and flop in front of the telly. Instead...
It's package!
Oh, I can see it.
You've got to take him to the vet. He's ill.
What's wrong with him?
Joe poisoned him with prehistoric shepherd's pie.
I didn't poison him. Felicity did.
You're lying. You gave him the shepherd's pie.
I had some shepherd's pie too. Does that mean I'd go to the vet as well?
I didn't think vets could cure stupidity.
Mum, do something.
Give him here.
Except she's locked her keys in the car and needs a spare set from the fruit bowl. Except they're not in the fruit bowl because Felicity's thrown them into the bin along with all the fairy tangerines during the big clean-up.
I should have guessed, shouldn't I?
So they have to trawl through the rubbish and they still can't find them. So David tries to break into the car using this coat hanger and smashes one of the windows, which doesn't please Mum, but does mean she can get package to the vet. Except as soon as Joe puts package into the back of the car, he throws up and is suddenly white as rain again. And Mum's car seats would have been wrecked if Joe hadn't grabbed Felicity's riding hat in time. And I get it in the neck from Mum because apparently I'm supposed to be in charge of Felicity and the dog's intestines. And by this time, I reckon it's a toss-up whether it's Mum or me who's going to crack first.
Whether it's going to be Robbie. Not a way of frightening ghosts, eh? I'll show you what frightening is. Come on, wake up, you twerp!
What on earth was that? Hold on, I'll find out.
Came from Joe's room, I think.
I think there are some wolves under my bed. Can someone get me out of here?
Joe! I sometimes wonder if there isn't something profoundly wrong inside your head. Don't forget your dad's coffee.
It's him you ought to worry about. Watch. See? Totally unscarable.
In the end, it was Mum who cracked first, of course, and it was Joe who shoved her over the edge. The usual, really.
No windows, no food, no water, no light.
Bricked in. Darkness. Utter darkness. Scratching. Scratching. Scratching.
I'm still asleep, aren't I? This is just a nightmare, isn't it? Because I was horrible to Robbie. No?
I am the zombie. Undead. Oh, you are so good at this.
You flaming twerp!
Is the house on fire, Auntie Jane?
Joe, I might have guessed.
Joe! David! Can you not for once in your lives behave like decent, sensible human beings? Jane! Help!
Okay. That's it! Out! Get out!
Mum, are you...
What's wrong with your mum?
Out! All of you! Out now!
I can't move.
You stay right where you are.
She's not even our mum.
Well, she is ours, and I can tell you, it doesn't make being thrown into the garden any more fun.
I've had enough! I am tired of being chef, au pair, childminder, wrestling referee, washerwoman, prison warden, taxi driver, and waitress while trying to hold down "Shut up, I'm shouting at you!" A stressful job, and I'll
Do you
tell
think
you
she's going to throw Dad into the garden as well? You mean like out of the window?
Next morning, Roger decided he ought perhaps to head home and lie on a plank in his own spare room.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said all that stuff. It was childish.
No, it's my fault. Can't expect you to wait on me hand and foot for 3 weeks. No.
It was probably my fault for lending you the rollerblades in the first place.
Yeah, she's right. It is her fault.
Well, if you hadn't woke everyone up at 4 in the morning...
Yeah, well, you would have
Well, it really doesn't matter whose fault it is, does it? Come on.
And Mum and Roger, I never did get Roger to put those new mud guards on my bike.
Who knows?
Back to normality. Baked beans, gin and tonic. Rubbish, Daddy.